you on the spot, didn't you?
I do. Right, come on.
Right, I just make sure my hair looks good.
Never looks good.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
I'll just take you through my workout again. So up today, we had one bit scoops of a pre, feeling a bit tingly. Let's start with barbell rows. We've warmed up, go check my video out, see what warm up I normally do. Let's get into it. Barbell rows, the reason I like to start with a back, any time I'm doing any pressing for chest, I always like to start with a back exercise. Basically, the only reason I like doing it before is it gives you a better stiffness on your body when you're doing bench, because obviously when you're doing bench, you want to contract your scapula together, giving you a bit more of a sturdy base when you're pushing up. And I find if you haven't pre-exhausted your back a little bit, then you don't get as good of a contraction. But also, I've got a second back exercise today, so I wouldn't want to be doing chest, then back, because it's just going to be too exhausted. So this way, it just gives a little bit of a break and then also aids the bench. Obviously, if you've seen the other video, I've injured my back a little, so it's a bit sketchy doing these, but we're just going light, doing more higher reps with this, and it'll be our second back exercise that we really rip the muscle on it. See, I like barbell rows for the reason that you get a good contraction at the top on like the middle top of your back. However, it's awkward because you can't really go a heavy load because you're stabilising yourself with your core. Like if you had a supported chest, it'd be a bit easier to load it heavier, but you've got to counter the weight. And also when you want to be doing back exercises, you obviously want to use little reps and using less of your forearms, more of your back. But I prefer for barbell rows, I prefer doing them underhand rather than over. Just find I get a better squeeze on it. But it's so awkward putting the wraps the opposite way around, trying to tighten them up. It is what it is. Cool, all done with the rows now. Lower back feeling a bit. Onto incline press now. Just as we're about to start, once the spot. Kid, I'm busy. Joking, I'm joking. Light work. Up, push it.
Mine.
You had another one there, you could have got 3.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
I could have got 3, you know. I mean, I wish I'd done 3.
Do 4 next time.
What, for the punishment of only doing 2 that time?
Exactly. Incline press now. Feeling good, feeling juicy. We'll stop chatting, go straight into the first set. Don't underestimate, if you're not currently doing it, the difference it does. Doing a back exercise before bench is crazy. Oh my God. Trying to get on with my set, trying to do the filming. Adam has no shame, constant bothering. I don't want to be in it.
Don't be Sam.
I think so. Up, push. Push it. Push. Easy. Probably like saying, why do you do so much incline bench? Why is it always we're seeing you do incline bench? If you find you're like me and your chest isn't popping too much, it's a bit flat, rather than working on the midsection or the undersection, focusing on your upper section will help bring that 3Dness to your chest, make it look a bit more like a shelf, because the under chest, no one really has an underdeveloped under chest, very uncommon. Your middle chest, yeah, you work on it, do flat bench. I think for me and a lot of lifters, focusing on the uppers really is what's going to make that pop, bring that physique together, bring that frame in. Go straight back in with it. Maybe next week we'll bump up the weight. Yeah, some important pointers for this, which I've said before. Well, first when you're pushing up, you don't want your elbows flared out, having a bit more of a 45. So that way you get a nice stretch, nice squeeze on your chest and you're not working your shoulders too much. That's A. B, when you come back, as you come back onto the bench, roll your shoulders back, squeeze your back together, and that'll help not only push your chest out more so you've got more emphasis on your chest, you also have more of a stable frame when you're pushing. It's fine to just lay flat and you're not really tightened up. It's a bit easier to just go loose and like push up. If you're nice and tight, got that little arch, and then pushing up, you get more strength with it. That's B. And C, your feet. You want your feet scooched back a bit, so then you got a bit of leg drive. So when you're pushing up, it's nice and tight, nice and strong. You don't want to be feet out, flat back, because then that's when you're going to start using other bits of your body. You're not really focusing on your chest. So A, keep your elbows 45, shoulders back with your back contracted, and then drive your legs back a little bit with that little archy back, and you'll find you'll be getting a better rip on your muscle, better contractions, and you'll be able to lift more. Yeah, progress going good at the moment, I think. We're sitting about 83.5 kg morning weight. I want to try and get that up to, by March, I want to be 92 kg, but I don't know how realistic that is now. But by the end of the year, I want to be 85, 86, which I think is very doable. Injuries getting along pretty well. Just got to be cautious and careful when up in the weight. Obviously trying to push yourself, because obviously there's that fine line of wanting to progress and pushing that for that extra rep. But then you don't want to be damaging your body too much, because obviously this is a very catabolic activity for your body.
You on the spot, didn't you?
I do. Right, come on.
Right, I just make sure my hair looks good.
Never looks good. I won't need a lift up. I'll be all right, probably. But it'll just be for the last few. Only if I start going down. Easy. Easy.
Go on. Go on.
Oh no. Appreciate it though. That was a poor attempt at the last rep, but we tried. We did try. I find it so funny when you come down on the rep and then suddenly just like the wall of fatigue just hits. You just lose all your strength. But always don't be scared to go for that extra rep. If you've got a spotter, it's even more so go for the rep. But I mean, if you've got a better spotter, that'll help you with it. I'm joking, I'm joking. Right, that's all that done. We're on to, maybe not onto V-bar pull down, but that's that for bench. Onto a bit of abs now because the machine I want to use is being used and I don't want to tire out the rest of my upper body for doing a drop set. So I thought we'll go straight onto abs, which I'm doing wood chop for this. You'll see what it is. But these are great for, if you do explosive sports. So for jiu-jitsu, this aids me with that. These are great for all around core stability, but also your obliques. They're great for obliques. But anyway, we'll get into it, The important thing with these is to keep your base sturdy and just pivot. You want to keep your arms straight where they are and then just move that rather than swinging them around. You want your whole upper bit nice and stiff and really focus on twisting with your abs rather than swinging with your arms. Like I said before, if you're not staying hydrated throughout the gym session, you're going to feel fatigue. It's obviously dehydration, I believe, brings your core temperature higher, which in effect leads to fatigue. And also if you're dehydrated, your bodily functions aren't going to be 4-minute high standard. Are you all done? I appreciate it. We're straight onto it, bro. Back on this V-bar pull down, one of my favorite back exercises. I mean, not the best for range of motion, but I personally get a great squeeze on it. I think it's great for building that thickness on your back, and the middle part of your back. A little bit of lat engagement. Do one warm-up set. Just get the blood pumping. Now the important thing with these is you don't want to be straight up, pulling into your head, and you don't want to be too far back. You want just a little bit of a lean back, roll your shoulders down, and then drive down with the elbows, not the hands, down the elbows like that, and you'll get a much better squeeze on your muscles, rather than staying up, all right? Straight into the working set. Ooh la la, feeling it today. So hitting a drop set on this, I always like to incorporate at least one drop set on an exercise throughout my training block, just because it allows you to really rip that muscle, reach real fatigue. Because obviously you'll be lifting your weight, hit about 8 or 10 reps and you'll be like, oh, can't lift anymore. And you drop the weight 10-20%, and you can go out to that, another 10-20%, keep going. Really just burning everything you got, which I think is great for building that thickness on that muscle. Doing the same weight for the last 2 weeks. The reps have been going up 1 and 2 reps at a time, and we're at the upper limit of our rep range. So I think we'll bump up the weight for this set, which we haven't done before. Well, we're gonna get a few less reps because it's heavier. Hopefully this will force our body to grow and get stronger rather than sticking at the same weight. And I'll be able to get 12 reps out of the next one on the same weight, but this will be more beneficial in the long run. Go a little bit heavier, might be a bit sloppier form towards the last few reps, but it'll be forcing us to grow, which is what we want. Get a bit stronger. Obviously we've got the drop set after this, and that's gonna be absolute hell, but we love it, we love it. So we've got 5-6 clean reps on that. I'll put 5, a couple partials, hopefully get our body used to lifting this weight a bit more. We've got drop set now, 3 drops. Do the heavy weight, drop it about 20%, go to failure, drop it another 20%, go to failure, drop it another 20%, and just keep going, just keep going. Oh, I like to give at least 2 minutes rest. I said before, at least 2 minutes rest on the drop set, just because you're effectively doing 3 or 4 sets in one. If you want to be doing a minute and a half rest, that's just not enough. And sometimes I do 2.5 minutes, because there's no point sticking to a really short rest time and just getting about half, 3/4 of the reps you could get if you just waited an extra 30 seconds a minute. Obviously, you don't want to be waiting too long, because then you lose the stimulus on the muscle. You want to keep it under that constant tension, really, to be ripping the muscle as much as you can. On the last drop, I have about 10-second rest just so we can recuperate, get as much out of this as we can. That was horrible. Love it though. I don't stress too much about time under tension the further you go on, because obviously you just want to be repping it out. Obviously the first few, I'm a bit more cautious about the tempo and the form, but towards the end, as long as you're not using momentum and you're just keeping that consistent 1, 2, 3, I think is best, in my opinion anyway, that's what I find. But I feel good, I feel pumped up. I don't feel like we can get any more out of that, which is what you want. You don't want to be coming out of the exercise thinking, oh, I could do another set, I could do another few reps, because you're not going to be pushing it to failure, you're not going to be getting as much benefit out of it. On to the next exercise now. I'll either do abs, so I think I will do abs, just so it gives me a bit of time to recuperate for dumbbell overhead press, but we'll catch you in a bit. Doing a bit of ab just because the drop set was quite exhausting, and obviously you've got another compound move, or isolation. I don't think it is a compound, I think it's isolation, but obviously we're going heavy on the dumbbell overhead. Give a bit of rest so then we can get more reps out of it. Any ab exercise, I've always said, do about a minute rest, because there's not really much need for doing more than a minute rest. Maybe sometimes like a minute 15, it's like with arms or calves, there's no need to go over the 60-minute marks. It's such a small muscle group compared to like your chest and back and legs. It's just too much rest. You want to keep that tension on it, you want to keep that stimulus on it. If you're not doing abs currently, incorporate it, because it's going to reduce your risk of injury when you're doing heavy compounds like squats, bench, deadlifts, all of that, because you have a bit of a sturdier base when lifting. But I do about 4 sets to 1 ab exercise at the end of each of my sessions, so in total I'm doing 16 sets a week for it, which is a cushy amount. You want to be doing between 12 and 20 sets, so 16 is pretty good. I mean, it works for me. Get back into it. Done on the abs. Dumbbell overhead extension now. I love this exercise just because it's a great strength builder, which not only helps build bigger triceps, stronger triceps, but also aids your bench press, so any pressing movements I find is really good. Some people don't find they get a good stretch on this. I personally find I get quite a good stretch and muscle contraction on this, but it's all personal preference in it. We all have different anatomy, so it's just finding what works best for you and just working with that. But we're going straight in, nothing about. Oh, juicy, very juicy. We're liking it. I think we'll go up. Same again for like the V-bar. We're on the same weight, up in the rep by 1 each week, so we'll try and go up. I think we can. It's more mind over matter, isn't it? And if we fail, we fail. It's not a big deal. Not gonna die. I love this. You've got to incorporate this if you want to build up your strength. It's just a bit awkward getting up. All right, we'll get in the zone. Easy. Feel all right with that. Could have gone a bit deeper with it, but we're just trying to get the body used to the weight. We've got 1 more set, and then we're on to arms. And you know me, I love supersetting arms.
Just got some weights.
Oh yeah, go for it, bro, go for it. Yeah, don't worry about getting in front or whatever. We'll give a little bit more extra rest on this, because obviously we're going heavier weight, but it's the song. I think if you don't have the right song, you're not gonna get it regardless. This is light work though. This is light work. No way we were getting that last rep. I did get a bit worried, I thought I was going to drop it then, but we're all good, easy. Got a lot more reps than I thought I was going to do, so good day. Cable single arm curl and cable single arm push down. 2 unilateral exercises, I said before, are just great. Gotta love them. Feeling fatigued after the dumbbell overhead extension. I like doing a unilateral exercise after doing like I don't think it is a compound, I think it's an isolation, but I'm gonna call it a compound movement. Heavier tricep movement followed up by an isolation, lighter movement, just nicer. Really ripping it, shocking the muscle as much as you can, trying to get as much growth. And you might be thinking, Sam, what's the benefit of doing cable arm exercises? Why not use dumbbell? Constant tension. Any part of the rep, whether you're here, here, or here, there's constant tension on the cable, which is great for stimulating the muscle, getting fatigued. So when you do dumbbells, you come to the bottom, there's no tension on the muscle, but on this, it's constantly pulling. But also, instead of doing the cables this way, doing it up, I like to go around and pull, and in that way, always pulling on it, always that tension. If you're not currently doing them like this, get in the bin. Done. That was horrible. And when I say horrible, I do mean it was good, always good. I always like to finish shoulders, because I find if you do shoulders for any other muscle group, it just hinders performance. Yeah, we're just doing lateral raises and then rear delts, because I find you don't really need to do much front delt, because you get it with your chest and that. We're good done, we're good done. fatigued right now, so performance is just plummeting, but we're getting it done. Yeah, like most arm exercises, but specifically shoulders, whenever I do laterals or rears, minute rest. I don't really want to be waiting too much longer. I want to be fatiguing the muscle as much as I can. Finished the workout, so always a physique check. So we've upped calories, about 300 calories per day. So we're sitting about 4,600 now. Hopefully this will be able to put a bit more size on, but this is currently fully relaxed. Oh, we're trying to get better at that vacuum, so difficult though. I think the physique's getting all right, getting a little bit more plumpy. But yeah, like I said, we'll see what these extra 300 calories over the next 10 weeks are gonna do. Obviously, we'll be weighing ourselves every week, every other week to see if we're progressing up and we'll act accordingly. But hopefully, I think an extra 300 calories should put on a bit more weight. I mean, it's winter now, so we're trying to just get absolutely monstrous for summer 2024. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Yeah, I think I'll make this a series, or like just taking you through my workouts, going through my process in my head, just nattering tips and whatever. Like, share, subscribe and all that. See you in the next one.